Okay, so here we are. We are going live on YouTube and also on X. So now our audience, everyone can see our broadcast here. So hello everyone and welcome to today's OneBullEx live screen. Okay, I think probably you guys can mute your mic for a while. There are like a voice echoing here. Okay.
For me, it's all good. I don't hear echo.
Okay. All right. So this is Phil, your host today, and welcome to OneBullEx live screen. Thanks for joining us. We are really excited to have some great guests with us today. Before we get into the main discussion, let's do a quick round of the introduction so everyone can like say hi and also share a bit about yourself. So firstly, we have Hakan, Rafala, and also Yunus, Anthony, Ewan, and Jimmy, and Christine here. So, Hakan, would you like to say hi to everyone?
Hi everyone, it's Hakan, globally known as Mr. Crypto. I think today we are gonna do live stream all together. I want to ask your all questions about AI crypto trading, and if you wonder about myself and about my system, first of all, say hello again, and see you later.
Great. Thanks for joining us. And the next is Rafala. I'm sorry if I pronounce your name wrong.
It's Rafael. She's with some problems. Okay, she's back.
Hello, I was with problems on my mic, but good morning, everyone. For those who don't know
Your
me
mic is muted. You can't hear.
what?
Oh,
No,
think
it's not.
I can hear you. I can.
Yeah, do you hear
Yeah.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So good morning. My name is Rafaela. I hold a master's degree in public international law. Worked as a lawyer for 6 years, and in 2020, I made one of the biggest decisions of my life. I left my traditional career behind to become fully dedicated to the crypto market. Today, my focus is connecting macroeconomics, geopolitics, technology, and blockchain to better understand how these changes are reshaping the future of digital finance. So I'm very happy to be here today to talk with you, with all of you about AI technology and other stuff. Thank you.
Great. Thanks for joining us. Welcome. And the next is Yunus.
Hello, everyone. This is Yunus. I work as a regional business partnership and advisor in OneBullEx, and I've been involved with the 300 Spartans from the ground up, bringing partners such as Mr. Crypto in this space. Today, I really want to discuss about some details, maybe get some questions, and share with you what's happening in the background of our platform and how it's working and why I think it's very differential from the other products within the space. So I'm really excited to join the space, and if you have any questions in terms of exchange side, I'm always open to answering them, as in technical or any other stuff. So thanks for having me.
Great. Welcome, Yunus. Of course, we have a lot of questions. Okay, so Anthony, would you like to say hi to everyone? I think you are mute now.
Hello. Yeah, I'm from Taiwan. Yeah, I'm BD in Taiwan. Then today I invite two of my friends. They are Falcon trading community members, the core members will join us. Then we will discuss a lot of the strategy, the AI trading things. So welcome everyone, and yeah, we talk later.
Yeah, welcome. Great to have you here. So the next is you.
对对，所以我还是开那个。
Can you hear me?
你们要介绍吗？我跟他们讲一下。
你现在
Hello, hello. This is
So-
our member. Yeah.
So we are the members from the Philcom, and we support some trading strategies. So hope that we have a good cooperation in the future. And this is Jimmy, and Benson.
Okay, Jimmy, welcome. And the next is Augustine, Mr. Yoga, Augustine.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm from Indonesia, and I'm the founder of Travesting Academy. And we focus on helping people explore opportunities and create value through innovation and digital growth. Simply, in Indonesia, Travesting is community crypto, right?
Great. Welcome here, and it's great to have you here. And so the next is Yon.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm on Brazil time zone, of course, and it's nice to meet you all. I am Yon. I am the country manager on OneBullEx Brazil, and today I'm going to focus more on the local landscape. I'm pretty sure that going to give you a lot of insights on the Brazil region and talk a bit more about our USP event as well. And I'm really excited to be here on this live stream. And that's it.
Okay, welcome, Yon. It's great to have you here. So, like today we'll have a very open conversation about what's been happening at OneBullEx, and also recently our Brazil activities and the USP event, the rebranding as the AI Futures Exchange, and of course 300 Spartans AI trading, and some broader thoughts on where crypto opportunities may be heading next. So, okay, before we jump into the first topic, let's make today's live screen even more exciting. We'll give away like 100 USDT in total with 5 giveaway rounds throughout the screen. So each round is worth 20 USDT. So make sure you stay with us. So for our first round, please follow OneBullEx on YouTube or X and type OneBullEx live in the chat for a chance to win 20 USDT, and we will announce the winner list later. All right, so the first question is this is a special question for Yon. So OneBullEx recently joined the USP event. Could you share a quick recap of the event and what stood out to you most from the conversations with students, builders, and the local crypto community?
Yeah, sure. Honestly, the University of São Paulo event was really a really good surprise for us. The energy from the students and local builder was much stronger than I expected. And what stood out the most for me was how the conversations are evolving in Brazil. People are no longer just talking about which coin will pump or something like that. A lot of students were actually having genuinely questions about how AI works, asking about automation, tokenization, real use case, and how Web3 actually create new career and business, because this was the focus on that whole meetup that we had done. And there was a lot of really advanced and technical speeches from some partners from Ripple, from Bank Inter, from Chilis, and from another a lot of good companies on this market. So it was an event that there was a lot of quality, not only talking about the speeches itself, but about the public, from the students, from the builders that were over there present. And since this event was happening during this week of Bitcoin Pizza Day, there was also that was also a cool reminder for us of how far crypto has come, basically from buying kits with Bitcoin to university discussing blockchain infrastructure and AI trading. So for OneBullEx, I feel like it was really important because it helped us to connect directly with the Brazilian community overall and with the builders and the students that are getting formed like in a few years, you know. And honestly, it just reinforced my view that Latam, specifically Brazil, is becoming one of the most interesting regions on the world for crypto adoption right now. So it was really good experience. I believe that everyone that was present over there also had the same line of thinking that I'm having right now.
Great, thanks for sharing. And actually, I also checked there are a lot of like interesting and also very community vibe posts on
Yeah.
Instagram as well. That was so cool. Great. So like Brazil and Latin are becoming more important in the crypto space, I would say, like especially as users look for more like new financial tools and trading opportunities. From your perspective, what make this region interesting for Web3 and AI powered trading? And looking globally, which other regions do you think you could see the next big wave of crypto adoption? So for these questions, let's have Eunice. Would you like to share?
Yeah, of course. I wasn't personally in the event in Brazil, but I really wanted to actually. But I think, in general, Brazil stood out for me immediately for one reason. I think the hunger is real and it's informed. So these aren't the people who discovered crypto just yesterday or a month ago through a meme. They have been navigating through, genuinely, a struggling system of their current financial system. And this aspect we're bringing with crypto is actually, giving you a really good alternative to get out of a hyperinflation cycle or having different kind of tools and access to a global capital markets and so like a banking infrastructure which cannot work for everyone, but crypto is actually for everyone and global market. And what we were trying to do is that to put a tool, actually a bunch of tools in front of them that actually works and gives them the highest chance of winning against the market. And that has always been our target from the first day, about how do we make this product work for to get the best chances for people to actually make something financially in their side. Of course, there's not a guarantee in crypto, but to me, I think Brazil stood out with this way, as I'm also living in a very hyperinflationary country, and I know the feeling. But we see the hunger, we see the interest, and that's why I'm really excited to be on the space today as well. So thank you so much.
Wow, thanks for sharing that. And I can see there are a lot of like, there are a lot of course, like potential in this market. But besides that, I think our tools, AI trading, is definitely a way to empower people, like globally, of course, to how to navigate, and also is a great way to help them to navigate easily and also seamlessly in crypto space. So thanks for sharing that. Mr. Crypto Hacken, would you like to share?
Hi everyone, hi again. Yes, of course I want to share. Today I tried to speak English. That I choose to speak English because I don't want to make difficulties for Yunus, and it's good to speak English now. I think in Latam, if I want to speak about the Latam, the reason is simple. People are not only looking for investments opportunities anymore. They are looking for financial alternatives for financial freedom. Now, I think in many South American countries, inflation, currency devaluation, and limitations of traditional banking system are pushing people towards crypto. I think much faster than in many developed countries. Because people want to access dollar-based systems, global financial tools, and the way to grow their money outside of the traditional systems. And I think is the AI one of the best opportunities about this. And also that's why Web3 and AI power tech trading have huge potential in this region, Latam region. And also the younger generation adapts very fast. Mobile usage extremely high, and the people are open to new technologies, I think. And also, in my opinion, Latam is no longer an emerging crypto market. It's becoming one of the core markets for the future crypto adaptation. And also globally, I also see strong growth potential, except Brazil, like Asia, Africa, and countries such as Indonesia. I think you also accept this because I was in Bali last 1 month. I see too many opportunities there in Bali. And especially developing economies, crypto is no longer just speculation, because the people just think that crypto is just speculation. It's very difficult to make manual trading, and I think for many people it's becoming a real financial tool and alternative system, crypto. And later we will discuss about more things AI. And for this, that's for me.
Great, thanks for sharing that. And Rafaela, would you like to share?
Yes, yes. I live in Brazil actually, and Latin America has become extremely relevant because people here in this region understand in real life what inflation, currency inflation, political instability in Brazil, it's horrible, but limited financial access actually mean. So in many countries, crypto it's not just a speculation. It is financial survival, and in some kind of a real alternative to the traditional system. So Brazil specifically has a very strong community leaders, traders, creators, and builders here too. There is a highly active digital culture here. So along with a younger generation that is more open to risk and innovation too. So that creates the perfect environment for Web3, stablecoins, and global payments too. And now AI powered trading tools that OneBullEx has great tools for that. So when we talk about AI powered trading, Latam is especially interesting because there is growing demand for efficiency. So many people simply do not have the time to manually trade 24/7. So automation and AI naturally become tools that increase access and competitiveness. So globally, talking about globally, I believe that the next major adoption waves would come from the Africa and the Middle East, because there is regions with young populations too, strong mobile penetration, and some kind of inefficiency financial system tend to adopt financial technologies very quickly.
Great, thanks for sharing that. And I think I also agree that like we don't actually have like 24/7 hour this time to trading is
Yeah.
definitely interesting. And yeah, of course, now we have like the AI. We definitely have a way to like leverage this tool. But of course, I think risk management is also important in this process. Yoon, would you like to share and add your thoughts?
Yeah, sure. I think Latam overall is interesting because, like it was already said, people over here need alternatives. When you talk about Argentina and Venezuela, for example, these countries actually there are a lot of inflation, there are a lot of banking limitation and currency instability over there, and that make people much more open to crypto and new financial tools and financial solution. But when you talk about Brazil specifically, we have a bit different scenario because over here we have Pix that is like had technology like around the whole world as a solution, financial solution for the people in Brazil. So we don't have so much bank limitation, but at the same time the region is very mobile first and social driven. So trends spread really fast over here, and users over here are also curious and usually adopt new platform really quickly if the experience is good enough. So for AI powered trading specifically, I think that a lot of people are also interested because crypto is already a 24 hours, 7 days a week is market. But on Brazil, users can't stay online all day watching charts or learning how to to trade or learning the market. So the automation naturally becomes really attractive in this scenario when we have a lot of mobile first, social driven, and people that actually are interested on automation because they don't have enough time to learn how to invest or learn how to trade, things like that. So when you talk about on a global perspective, besides Latin, I think that regions like Southeast Asia, Turkey, maybe parts of Africa, and even Middle East could see massive adoption on growth because they share kind of the same conditions: young population, high digital engagement, and demand for alternative financial system. So I think that the scenario is kind of similar through regions, but each one of them have a specific. And Brazil, of course, is like the heart of it, the whole attempt, on my perspective, you know.
Great. Thanks for sharing that, and also great insights on Brazil, Latin, and also global crypto adoption. Okay, so let's do our second giveaway for our audience here. Please follow OneBullEx, on YouTube and also X, and also type OneBullEx Global in the chat for a chance to win 20 USDT. Okay, cheers, Anthony. I see you. Cheers. Okay, so let's talk about question 3. So OneBullEx recently completed rebranding and also introduced new positioning as the AI Futures Exchange. This also reflects a broader trend. AI is becoming more deeply involved in trading, from market analysis to strategy execution. From your perspective, what role do you think AI will play in the next stage of crypto futures trading? About this question, Hakan, would you like to share?
Okay. I think today markets move faster than ever before. It's never stop. And I think news spreads in seconds, volatility changes instantly, and human emotions become one of the biggest problems for traders, I think. Most people lose money not because they don't understand the market, not they don't know anything about trading, but because they cannot control fear, greed, panic, or stress. I think this is the most problem about the manual trading. This is where AI becomes very powerful. So it's my profession. So I will tell about my story. I think other questions. AI systems do not trade with emotions. They can analyze huge amounts of market data, react much faster than humans, and operate 24/7 without emotional, without pressure, and without fatigue. But in my opinion, in the future, it's not just a simple trading bonds opening random position because there are too many bots, and they're not working well. And the real feature will be intelligent AI systems that can adapt market conditions, manage this dynamic, reduce exposure during dangerous periods, hedge positions correctly, and protect users during extreme volatility. Because volatility, I think, is the most dangerous thing in the crypto. Especially futures trading, risk management is everything about AI system, and I think crypto trading. Making profits is important, but I think surviving long terms is even more important than making profits. During stock market conditions, many systems can make money, but the real difference appears during difficult periods. I believe the strongest AI system in the future will not be the one of taking the biggest risk. They will be one managing the risk smartest way. I think this is one of the important parts about AI trading. Another important thing is the speed. Humans simply cannot process information as fast as AI anymore. AI can analyze technical data, market behavior, volatility, volume, sentiment, and many other factors almost instantly. And this is only thing beginning. In the future, I think users will stop asking which coin should I buy. I think also in this period, we shouldn't ask this because I think no one can answer about these questions. And instead, they will ask which AI. I think in the future they will ask which AI system should I trust, which is my with my capital. I think this is the important question in the future. I also believe AI will make crypto trading more accessible for normal users. Not everyone has time to study charts all the day, follow news 24/7, or become a professional trader. You don't need to be professional trader. Also, please, everyone, believe me that now professional traders also lose money, like me, if I make manual trading. Of course, people also need to understand something important. AI does not mean guaranteed profit. This is the most important, my friends. AI does not mean that make guaranteed profit and does not remove risk completely. Of course, this is the market. This is the most dangerous market in the world. And users still need to understand risk management, leverage, and the logic behind the system they are using. But overall, I truly believe the next stage of crypto futures trading will be heavily driven by AI, automation, and smart risk management systems. And finally, in my opinion, we are still only at the beginning of this transformation. Thanks for it.
Great, thanks for sharing that. And I think that's really like a highlight to what really matters in the AI trading era. And I really like the way that you just mentioned survival is actually the priority, not just making money, right? So definitely that's the golden rule in trading. Okay, so the next, let's see, you, would you like to share? I think I've seen you have a lot of reaction to Hakan's answers.
Yeah. I think AI will become part of the normal trading experience, and almost like using a smartphone today. So at first, it feels like advanced in first contact with general users, but eventually it's become like standards. It is like similar to what we see with ChatGPT and other technologies like that. And the first, people were kind of still learning how to use, and right now it is like on every single place. So in crypto futures, AI can really help with the speed, with the data analysis, and especially with the risk management and removing this emotional part of the decisions, make the human side more on the manager side, let's say like that, because the human side still matter. Understand the narrative, making the management of the capital, the risk management, the macro sentiment, the market behavior. So I see that AI becomes more like a co-pilot that helps users make better and faster decisions. And actually, one thing that AI can do is keep like awake like 24 hours. And we have this human part that basically we can't stay so much time on graphs. If I already tried it, I'm pretty sure that everyone here already was kind of awake like late hours just to take a good opportunity. And usually that's not so much efficient. So the AI is here, and it is here to stay. And honestly, we are very very early in this AI and trading phase of the scenario, but that's not a bad thing. Sometimes from Brazil, we have a common phrase that basically say that it's better to be early than later. So that's where I see that we are on related to AI and trading and what I think about it.
Great, thanks for sharing that. And we have our Agustin here. Would you like to share from Travesting?
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
In my opinion, AI automation trading is good. Um, Indonesia has a very interesting crypto growth potential due to its large digital population and a younger generation that adaptation quickly to new technology. And however, on the other hand, the market in Indonesia is often influenced by FOMO. You know FOMO, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
specifically
yeah.
in Indonesia, all trading by FOMO, where many people enter the market simply because of trends or fear of missing opportunities. And sometimes decisions are made because people see other making profit, follow social media hype, or react to market exhi exhi apa uh, without proper analysis and risk management. And this is where AI and automation can become very valuable. AI can help user make decision based more on data rather than emotion. So, if you manage community in community, many people trading how emotion work. You know, in community, it's by FOMO. So, with trading automation, it can help many people. So, I believe technologies like this can be especially helpful for new user by making trading more organized, more efficient, and less influenced by impulsive decision. So, in my opinion, in Indonesia, like this. Thank you.
Great. Thanks for sharing, your special and also unique perspective from Indonesia. And also, it's good you mentioned FOMO again, like just like Mr. Crypto Hacken just share, like people is pretty like easily affected by emotion, right? Because we are humans. But with the help of the AI, it is much easier to stay disciplined and also just like follow the strategy instead of following the emotions. For this question, Eunice, would you like to share?
Yeah, of course. I think I agree with most of the points that previous speakers mentioned, especially about the strategy side and the risk management. And I really want to also touch a little bit about how our view as an exchange to all this topic. And usually, when I'm talking, I usually talk with some uncomfortable truths to hear in a space like this. But I really like to do that because I think it's important. Most platforms nowadays, you go to Twitter, everyone is calling themselves AI, right? But under the hood, usually it's quite different. They're running rule-based automation. If price goes above this line, they buy. If price goes below that line, they sell. And just putting an AI sticker on top of it immediately because that is the trend. But I've seen it up close. I've evaluated a lot of strategies. For example, Mr. Crypto is one of our strategists on 300 Spartans. And it was a really tough evaluation on his strategies actually to enter the program. Right now, we're going to have an open platform. But again, the good strategies with great risk management and good market understanding will go on top in the platform. So to me, I think there's a really big difference between what's actually AI and what's actually not, just a sticker on top of it. Because what's happening under the hood is just very significant for me. And to me, it's damaging the space long term because it makes sophisticated users, the ones we want actually, cynical about the real thing before they had a chance to experience it, right? And here's what I can tell from what actually we've built on OneBullEx. When I joined about a year ago, this was always the internal conversations we were having. We are not just going to be, AI native strategy infrastructure, not because it was a trend to catch, but because it was the right design principle for us. And we have AI involvement on all of our 300 Spartans at some level, a genuine AI involvement at execution layer or data collection layer. The bot isn't making the same decisions on every market conditions. And I think, that's really important when you have a bot platform. And after the rebrand, why we're here today, we're going to be a lot more aggressive about this standard we're having on our 300 Spartans, not less, only strategies meets genuine AI integration threshold and have good, statistics will meet and placed on the platform going forward. So we would rather always have go with quality over quantity. And that's why we have these partners on the space today, Mr. Crypto, Travis Thing, and we're always open to new strategies. We have our in-house quant team as well, but it's always, thinking about how we can get the quality at the top level, at the top notch level. So yeah, thank you so much.
Great, thanks for the sharing and also highlight what OneBullEx is working on. And yeah, definitely we're being more aggressive, that's for sure. And so for this question, Rafaela, would you like to share? I think you are muted.
Yes, sorry. So we are. I forgot. Sorry. I believe we are entering a new phase where AI will stop being just a complementary tool and start becoming part of the core infrastructure of trading itself, especially in crypto, where the markets it's 24/7. That I said before. So, but humans naturally have limitations when it comes to processing massive amounts of information all at once, and emotion, fatigue, stress, impulsive decisions. That part I talk by myself, but all of that affects traders eventually. So AI changed this because it can analyze sentiment, liquidity, volatility, correlations, and market flow in real time at a speed no human can match. I even been studying neuroscience to better understand how my brain reacts under pressure, and how improve my responses to events we simply can control. So, but with the AI, we can partially skip that emotional layer and make decisions in a much more rational and efficient way.
Great, thanks for sharing. Antonio, would you like to share? We are talking about the factory.
Yeah, we're talking about the AI trading. Yeah, so for me, there's a lot of new community about AI trading now, just born, and we can see a lot of this kind of community. Just they talk about the open cloud trading, how to use the open cloud to help you to trade, and of course, I trust that our enemy are all open cloud. Yeah, now, right? So you can feel. So if you never learn about this AI trading, maybe you are quite alone, and you are easy to fail, right? Yeah. So this is it's a weapon, so you must to learn. Yeah. So for me, it uh, actually we are very um, in OneBullEx we have a very good boss. They think about AI trading in the very early. Then we have 300 Spartan. Then we have one Alpha, right? Then really hope that in the future we are the best AI trading platform in the world. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. And yes, of course, like in AI trading era, we are not just like competing with human traders. I would say, like actually, we're also competing against the AI trading bots as well. So it is much important to like bring the tool of AI in this field. So also, many users still like trade futures manually or rely on signals in a very traditional way. As automation becomes more accessible, how do you see the shift from manual trading to AI assisted or automated trading? And what should users pay attention to before using automated strategists? And so about this question, Rafaela, would you like to share first?
Yes, thank you. So we are witnessing a transition similar to what happened in traditional market years ago. So first, there was a resistance to automation, but as tools become more accessible, markets naturally move toward hybrid models between humans and machines. The problem here is that many people confuse automation with easy money. So, automated strategies do not eliminate risk at all. They simply execute rules with more discipline and efficiency. Before using any automated system, users should understand three fundamental points. I guess only three: risk management, strategic logic, and market conditions. So a strategy that works well during trends may completely fail during sideways markets, for example. Another important point is avoiding blind dependency. Users should have at least a basic understanding of what the AI is actually doing. Transparency will be one, I think, will be one of the most important factors for the next generation of trading platforms.
Great, thanks for the heads up. And I think like it actually very similar to the rule in crypto at the very beginning. Do your own research, right? Always do your own research, even for AI. So about this question, Yoon, would you like to share?
Yeah, of course. I think we are moving from a market where people manually execute everything and to a market where users supervise a strategy instead of constantly trading themselves. A lot of people enters the futures like I did like in 2020, basically trading emotionally, revenge trading, over trading, using too much leverage, and I feel like the automation can help reduce those this kind of mistakes. So if they are used correctly, of course. But users also need to understand that automated doesn't mean risk free. So this is where we are right now. People have a really good opportunity to earn, but they need to understand the basically the risk management, because the risk management is important in the manual trades and also on the automated trades. And before using any strategy, people should would understand better the risk management, drawdown, volatility, and where the strategy actually matches their profile. So I do believe that that's where we are right now.
Great, thanks for sharing that. Eunice?
Hi. I think this question is really important because let me reframe you in a way that it puts the right perspective. Quantitative trading, right? Basically, serious, systematic, algorithmic-driven trading used to be the exclusive territory of firms like Citadel, Renaissance Technology, Goldman Sachs, Two Sigma. Maybe you know some of these hedge funds names. So these strategies took decades to develop for them, include thousands of, maybe up to millions of infrastructure for them to run, and they have a team of PhD level quantitative developers to maintain. And simply, the average retail trader didn't have access to that, so you didn't have the same access to the same guns the professionals do. Not even close, actually. And what's happening right now is that, and what we're trying to actively accelerate, is we're building a genuine democratization of that edge. The tools that used to live inside walls of the most sophisticated financial institutions in the world, now becoming accessible because of AI, because of platforms such as ourselves, which we allow strategy providers to bring their strategies, and they can also earn income from the profit share of the subscribers, and the subscribers also can earn income from the strategies of those professional people who provide the exchange with that. But two, manual trading, I really want to be honest about manual trading, what actually requires. I have a lot of good manual trader friends, but it is, I think, undersold how hard it is. Just like Mr. Crypto mentioned in the previous question, you need nerves of steel. You need ironclad discipline that holds you up even when your portfolio is very much down. And even when everyone around is you panicking, maybe at 3 a.m., market is moving, you're exhausted, you still need to hold on to that position to actually, run your strategy in a proper way. And to all the traders I know, such as Mr. Crypto here, I think we have good, really experienced traders within the space. If I can ask them, how many years have you been trading and how many of them were profitable, I will probably get similar answers. First years were always the lesson years, the failures, but the lessons afterwards. So human is actually, very prone to make errors in the trading game. And we all know that with the statistics, doesn't mean that you can't do it, but we all know how hard endeavor is this. And automated strategy is basically removing the emotion, removing you need to be there in front of the charts every day and anywhere. So when also you're evaluating any strategy, which I will discuss in my portfolio in the next question, is that especially for crypto copy trading platforms such as ours, to me, is that I look first that if the strategy owner has a skin in the game, which we all have on our 300 Spartans, and also a very transparent statistics about open positions, all the open positions, drawdown ratios, and the win rate and the frequency of its trading, which we all have transparently on our website, even if you're not subscribed to the bot, actually. So those are, I think, the very primary things when I look for when I subscribe to any kind of copy trading system. But in the next questions, maybe I can share you some of my subscription from 300 Spartans and go over for that too as well. Yeah, thank you so much.
Great. Thanks for sharing that. And that's a good one and very pro perspective. And Mr. Crypto, would you like to share for this question?
Hi again. Yes, I want to share something. Actually, I already touched some of these points in the previous question, but now let me explain wider and deeper way. You know that today these markets move faster than ever before, and news spreads in a second, volatility change instantly, and human emotions become one of the biggest problem for traders, like I mentioned before. Most of people lose money because they don't understand the market. They don't follow many things because we are human. We cannot do this every time, and because they cannot control fear, they cannot control their greed, they cannot control their panic, or they cannot control their stress because this is very normal. We are human, all human. We need to sleep, we need to eat, we need to fun, many things. We should do many things. And this is where AI becomes very powerful. AI systems do not trade with emotions. No emotions, just the rules. They have just rules. They can analyze huge amounts of market data, even less than 1 second. Reach mode much faster than humans and operate with 24 hours and 7 days. And without emotions, this is, I think, most important part for AI. No emotions, no pressure, no failure, nor thinking about any lose. But in my opinion, the future is not just a simple trading pots opening random positions. You know that AI bots, AI system can adapt very easy market conditions, risk dynamically, reduce exposure during dangerous periods, hedge positions correctly at the same time. Because many people try to make hedge, but the wrong way and the wrong time. Because the hedging position is very important part of, I think, AI trading and manual trading. And protect users during this AI trades, also protect the users during extreme volatility, some news time, some race time, especially future trading, risk management is everything. When I make manual trading, by the way, I'm a very good manual trader. I have many world champions about this. Copy trading, manual trading company, I have many world champions, but still I lose money because I'm human. I need to sleep. Sometimes I catch when I sleep in 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Of course, I sleep and somebody catch me because markets never forgive you. And another for AI trading, for AI system, the important thing is like speed. Human simply cannot process information as fast as AI anymore. It's impossible. AI can analyze technical data, market behavior, volatility, volume, sentiment, many other factors almost instantly. And this is only now still for AI trading, we are only beginning. I think in the future, AI trading will become more powerful, all of us. I always tell my users, my clients, do not blindly trust any bot system just because you see high profit percentage. For example, next question, I will explain my bots. I have three kind of bots, and I will explain more clearly, and you understand next question. But first of all, the people should think that this AI bots include what? You should see the strategy, the risk level, and liquidation possibility, because system also match your own psychology and the risk tolerance. And also again, future trading, protected capital is just important as making profit. I believe future of trading will not be human versus AI. The future will belong people to know how to use AI correctly. Okay, thank you.
Great, thanks for your elaboration on manual trading and also, of course, AI trading bots. So about this question, let's hear perspective from Mr. Agustin. Would you like to share?
All right, of course. In my opinion, the shift from manual trading to AI-assisted trading will become one of the biggest transformation in the crypto industry. It's maybe over the next few years. One of the main reasons is that the crypto market operates 24 hours for 7 without stopping. The market continues moving while we sleep, work, or do other activities. It is extremely difficult for someone to stay in front of charts all day long. In the past, traders had to do many things manually, such as opening multiple charts, reading news from different sources, and this process required time, energy, and experience. Today, with the development of AI, many of these processes can be assisted automatically. AI can help screen market, analyze large amount of data, identify a movement of pattern, and even execute strategies faster. However, I don't think the shift will become fully automated. I see the early stage more as AI acting as an assistant rather than replacing trading entirely. Traders will still remain the final decision makers, while AI provides efficiency and reduce repeat work. What is important is not assuming that automation means zero risk. Many people enter trading thinking that using a bot simply means turning on a system and automatically making profit. In reality, it is not that simple. Users still need to understand the strategy they are using. They need to understand how the system works, what market conditions fit that strategy, and how to manage risk when market conditions change. In addition, many users, especially in markets like Indonesia, are still heavily influenced by emotion and FOMO. When market risks, people often become overconfident and trade too aggressively. When markets fall, many panic and make impulsive decisions. This is where AI assist trading become highly valuable. So the system can help execute strategies more consistently based on data and parameters rather than fear or greed. So, in my opinion, that future is not about humans being replaced by AI. It is about humans and AI working together to make trading smarter, more efficient, and more control. AI automation can help reduce emotion in trading, but it does eliminate the importance of understanding and risk management. So, yeah, it's my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. And AI is definitely becoming a bigger part of the future of trading. All right, so let's do another different way. Please follow OneBullEx on X and also YouTube, and also type AI Futures Exchange in the chat for a chance to win 20 USDT. Okay, so Okay, let's take a time to do this. And many users are now exploring automated trading bots as a way to participate in futures trading with less manual effort. On OneBullEx, 300 Spartans gives users access to different strategy bots with visible performance data, as you can see on our website. So here is a question for Hakan. From a strategy creator's perspective, you've created three Spartans strategies on the platform. Could you walk us through the logic, style, and risk profile of each strategy and explain a little bit like what type of user may be suitable for each one?
Hi again. First of all, do you want me to share my screen to show my bots?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, just a minute. You see now?
Yeah.
And this is our Spartan main page. I will show my bots. First of all, this is my This is my bot, Mr. Crypto AI. This is my main bot. I will explain by one after. Quantara is my other bots, and also there is one more bot, Mr. Crypto AI 1520. And now I will explain you one by one. Before creating this AI strategies, you know that I was already trading professional, like 15 years. But why I start to create some AI system? By the way, I'm creating this kind of system since 2018, and not just starting now. I think almost 8 years I'm doing this business. And now I want to explain my first bot. This is my like my child. Also is under my name, Mr. Crypto AI. And also, Mr. Crypto AI is won one competition in the world for AI trading championship. Is the world champion bot. This is the world champion bot. Now I'm explaining Mr. Crypto AI now. Just a minute. Mr. Crypto AI, my safest bot. What does it mean? That this is my safest strategy. This main focus is protecting capital, reducing liquidation risk, and creating stable long-term growth. The liquidation probability is extremely low, almost close to zero. It's like a 0.023. It's almost zero. Now you see that ROI is 33, but now maybe you know that our platform, in OneBullEx platform, our features version we switch version 2. Now we are making some updates, and since 4 days our bot is not working, and I think tomorrow will work again. That's why you cannot any open positions now. And when you check our last trades, you will see that like 76 pages trades, almost all has a 100 success. This Mr. Crypto AI, I thought is the safest one. It's like goal of the Mr. Crypto AI is to create short-term profits. The goal is to create safer and more controlled trading experience for users who want stability and lower emotional stress. What does it mean? For example, this bot is good for using like a big amount. Like if you have money, I'm advising my people every time divide your money. Like put some money, like you. Let's mean you have $1,000. Put Mr. Crypto AI 700. Put my second bot 200. Put other bot is like 100. You should divide your risk also. And this is the my safest bot. Let's explain other bots. Let's turn back all bots. Other bot is Mr. Crypto AI 520. By the way, I learned that this also means in China 520 like I love you. I didn't know this, and I love this name also. And Mr. Crypto AI version 2 is a medium risk bot. It's a medium risk and medium safe. It's more active and more dynamic than Mr. Crypto AI safe, but it's still focused strongly control risk management. I designed this bot strategy for users who want to balance between safety and strong growth potential. Compared to safe strategies, Mr. Crypto 520 takes slightly more aggressive opportunities, reacts faster market movements, and targets stronger returns. but at the same time, it still tries to keep the system balanced and sustainable. But so, and you can see again all closed positions here. You can check all one by one. You can see all one by one. Again, this is my second bot. It's again middle safe, I can say. And my third bot is like Quantara. It's like a naughty boy, Quantara. It's a little bit aggressive. By the way, now you see the profit is low, but last month Quantara make profit more than 130 because it's very aggressive bot. You can see that it's closing trades like 90x leverage. But believe me, it looks more dangerous, but believe me, it's not much dangerous like other bots. Quantara is an aggressive strategy. This system focused on higher reward opportunities and reacts much more aggressively and towards strong market movements. Because of that, the profit potential during stock market conditions can become much higher compared to other two systems. But naturally, when reward potential becomes higher and higher, the risk level also increases, but not like increase like we are get liquidation very easily. It's also liquidation possibility is 7%, and in 90x leverage, we have a possibility liquidation 7% is not much like as other spots. And overall, Spartan strategies have shown very strong performance so far with high win rates, strong growth numbers. For example, I think Yunus will show his profits because I think he's one of the first entries to my bots. I think the people who is starting to using my bots at the first date, I think their profit like 100%, maybe more than 100%. And but for bots, you should understand for all AI bots, my bots or other bots. In our platform, we have many bots, like more than 100 bots. You should understand the risk level, liquidation possibility, the strategy structure, and whether the system matches your own psychology and risk tolerance. Because future trading, surviving long term is more important than making fast money at the short time. Please don't be like this. I need to make profit very quickly. No, this is not a crypto. You can do this crypto, but it's like a gambling, you know. If you want to play gambling, you can go to play gambling. But the crypto is not gambling. You have to be smart, but we cannot be smart than AI now at the moment. And also, finally, now I also want to explain about me and my team. We are currently have a team. Maybe you cannot believe this word now. We are working around 60 people. Yes, I'm not just alone. I'm Mr. Crypto. I'm brain of this bots. I'm architect of this bots. I'm also computer engineer. I'm also 15 years traders, and also I educated more than 25,000 people in Turkey and around the world about financial things. And also now in the 60 people, we are working 17 engineers. What I mean engineers, computer engineers, IT engineers, and software developers. We are working for this AI system. And believe me, it's not an easy things. And also we have very good success in OneBullEx. And also for AI systems, for this automation and for this risk-based technologies, we are working with 60 people. Everyone has some own duty. For example, one of them is controlling our risk system. They are controlling our AI system. They are controlling. By the way, we have a private AI system. We are not using ChatGPT. We are not using Gemini. We are not using Claude. Okay, we are using all of them, but we have our own AI system, and that's why I think we have a different success from other bots. I cannot say I'm one of the best, but we try to be best in the world about this AI system. And if anyone wants to ask something more, if anyone wants to know about our bots, know about AI system or anything about AI system, don't hesitate to write in Telegram, don't hesitate to write in Twitter, don't hesitate to write Instagram. I will answer all questions, believe me. We have a huge team. We can answer all of your questions. And I think it's enough to explain. If you have any question, I'll also answer. I like to answer it.
All right. Thanks for the walking through for the Quantara AI trading bot and also Mr. Crypto AI trading bot and also 520 AI post. That's really interesting. And I think like people have a lot of question here. I think like please join the question, drop the question in Twitter or YouTube, anywhere you want. So we will answer questions later. So also, Eunice, from your perspective, we've heard you subscribe to quite a few Spartan strategies yourself. Could you share how you usually review and compare these strategies on the platform, and what metrics or style you pay attention to, and how users can decide which Spartan strategy bots fits their own trading experiences? You can walk through us with a quick screen sharing demo as well.
Yeah, of course. And before screen sharing the screen, I just want to be upfront about something, because I didn't just subscribe to all these strategies for demo, because I know Hakan and I brought his strategies to the exchange, and we're trying to bring more strategies like him to our product, which is going to be a place where it's top notch, high quality, and I work closely with him, and he has a real skin in the game, which is one of the things which I'll mention in later about what I look for when I'm looking to personally invest in a bot. And let me show you my screen now real quickly, and right there. All right, if you could accept it, I think I'll be live. Yes. So previously, Mr. Crypto also shared, this is our website for 300 Spartans. You can find it up here, and there's a Spartans of the Week section. So you go to all bots. You can sort by AUM, subscribers, just like we previously mentioned. Me in particular, I've subscribed to quite a lot of strategies. With sometimes smaller funds, sometimes bigger funds. I have other accounts too, but this one has a really good history, which Mr. Crypto also mentioned. I was one of the first subscribers to the bots. That's why the ROI number is quite high. It's not the last 30 days, and it's even more. But when I'm mentioning this, I always want to do a quick disclaimer, because for now, we are a futures trading exchange. We provide these services, but there is no guarantee that you're going to get the exact same results in this market. And anyone tells you, automated trading is risk-free, is not being honest with you. And that's the first thing I want to mention. And also, none of us are here as a financial advisor. You're always obligated to do your own research when you are investing with your own money, and be vigilant about it. And today I want to educationally share what I look for when I'm choosing bots. Since I'm already onboarding many strategy providers to the platform, I think the stream is quite popular. Maybe we might have some strategy providers who want to get in touch with us. You can always do that afterwards also. But so here you can see the P&L, the ROI number, my subscription. You can add or reduce. There's a statistics section, pie chart, and you go to any bot. Within it, you can see all the statistics, the AUM. And one thing I want to highlight again is, our platform, we give the guarantee that the strategy providers have a skin in the game. To me, that's the most important thing, because, realistically, I can make 20 strategies here, and 2 of them would be good, and you would be subscribing to them, and I wasn't spending any money. So we're all about transparency with this product, and today I'm also sharing this openly with you as well, is that all the strategy providers are going to have a skin in the game no matter what. And to me, that's the most important part, and we're going to have a big update for it with more detailed FAQs in regards to this. But it's really easy to subscribe. You just click subscribe, you choose the amount, and 2 clicks. For now, we have a fund model. Now, after you subscribe, you go to your subscriptions, and you will see them all here. And we have a subscription model, which I mentioned, and a one fund pool model, which reduces slippage, which reduces delays with the orders. There's a one fund where all money goes, and it's essentially a copy trading system again, but it works differently, and no other exchange has this type of mechanic, which we're really proud about and worked really hard for it about more than a year, I can say. And yeah, that's how I can share it. And in regards to, as just my personal opinion, not in a financial advice, again, is that the very old saying that don't put your eggs in one basket. That's true in this case. You see, I have 5 bots, and I'll have more in the future. I think that's the biggest advice I can give. And you go to the platform, and you can see we're going to have more tags in the future. We have some of our in-house bots which have tags such as mean reversion, trend following, etc. We'll have many more tags in the future, and which only allows you to, divide your risk with different bots, as such how I did in my case. But again, we're always pushing people to their own research in the financial markets, and there is no guarantee. But we're giving you the access to the actual real edge we can find. But it's your capital at the end of the day, your decision, your risk tolerance, and that should drive everything. Use the data in the platform that gives you win rate, trade frequency, strategy style, external partners. We have an in-house quant team which have their own strategies about our in-house quantitative professional team. So you are free to do what you want to do, but as always, be vigilant. And hopefully, I was really helpful today for one of our, for example, very beginner investors in Web3 to push them to do their own research in a very vigilant way. So yeah, thank you so much.
Great. Thanks for the sharing and also the walking through for 300 Spartans. And also you really highlight what really matters for traders, particularly like for like very new traders here, right? So always like manage risk, right? So in the current market environment, many users are not necessarily looking to chase huge returns. Some simply want more stable way to participate in crypto, such as like earning returns that may outperform local bank interest rates. And from your perspective, how should users think about balancing opportunity, risk, and time in this like 24/7 market? And for this question, Rafaela, would you like to share?
Yes, do you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, I believe the next major alpha will likely come from the convergence between artificial intelligence, digital identity, financial infrastructure, and real world asset allocation. I also strongly believe in the power of emerging markets. Very often, the West views crypto mainly as an investment vehicle, while emerging markets see it as economic infrastructure. So another important trend will be the rise of invisible products. And people may use blockchain without even realizing they are using blockchain. And I think the same will happen with AI. And actually, most of the people use AI and don't know it's using AI. But honestly, I believe we still have not seen the true integration between AI and decentralized financial markets. Once autonomous agents begin interacting economically with each other inside on-chain ecosystems. So we may enter a completely new phase of the financial internet once all this started to happen.
Yeah, great. Thanks for sharing like your vision about like the next trend, right? So about this question, Yoon, would you like to share?
Yes, I have. I think that the biggest mindset shift is understand that people don't need to be looking for the best opportunities all the time. You know, it's all. This actually directly links with the risk management topic that I said earlier, because for many users, especially in today markets, consistent matter more than the hype. So if someone can generate suitable returns while managing risk properly, that we already beat many traditional finance products in some countries. So everyone here knows that crypto moves really fast, and because it's a 24-hour market, people sometimes feel like pressure to always be active. But usually, the best approach, in my opinion, is balance opportunity with patience and risk control. And actually, that's why we have some different kind of bots. Like even Mr. Crypto said, there are some more conservative strategies, and there are some that work better with a higher leverage. So basically, what I want to mean is that surviving the markets long term is much more important than trying to get rich in just one trade. So that's where the risk management comes back on all these topics. You know.
Great, thanks for sharing. And I think like it's all about like a diamond mindset. You know, like
Yeah.
don't be paper hands. It's all about like the diamond heads. So
Exactly.
question, Hakan, would you add something? It's muted. Hakan, would you like to share?
Yes, sorry. Yes. Mostly, I think mentality of users is changing a lot now. You know that a few years ago, most people entered crypto dreaming about becoming rich overnight. Yes, maybe it's happened something like that. We heard many stories about this, and everyone chasing crazy profits, using very high leverage, and taking huge risks and becoming rich in one night. But I think it's like a gambling. I told you before. And especially after all the big market crash and liquidations, many users started understanding that surviving long term is much more important than making fast money for a 1 week. I'm telling every time, surviving, 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 because this is the main point of the make profit in crypto. Today, many people are simply looking for smarter and more stable ways to participate into crypto market because the people understand that you cannot be rich in a 1 day in crypto. This is not a gambling. Again, I'm telling this is not a gambling. Sometimes even earning returns better than local bank in interest rates is already a very attractive opportunity for real people. For example, in my boats, when you check my 3 months profit, it's more than higher interest. And honestly, I think that mindset is much healthier because crypto is 24/7 market. It's not like a FX, it's not like a stock market. If you chase emotions in the markets, that never sleep. Eventually, the market destroys you mentally. You cannot sleep, you cannot eat, you cannot drink, you cannot fun. It's make you crazy, you know. That's why I always tell the people: first, protect your capital, please. All traders, you are using AI or not. It's first things protect your capital, nothing more. Protect your capital, protect your capital, like a football. First defense, after score. First defense, after score. If you get the good defense, you get score and you get win and you get profit. And then after that, think about growth. Growth your money, growth your life, everything. Opportunity is always everywhere in crypto. You never lose anything in crypto. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, you never lose. You never miss anything. You can catch anytime when you want. And opportunity is always and always in crypto. The real challenge in the crypto, the real challenge is balancing opportunity, risk, and time correctly. And sometimes making 5% safely is much smarter than trying to make 50% losing everything. Yes, sometimes it's very important than this. And this is also one of the reasons why AI systems are becoming more popular because AI can remove emotional decisions improve discipline, and help users manage risk more consciously. At the end of the day, and at the end of my words, the people who survive long term in crypto are usually not the most emotional traders. But by the way, my horoscope is Cancer. Normally, I'm very emotional man, but in crypto, I'm not. I'm very strict man in crypto. I can say this. And also, who is going to get huge profit or big profit or profit in crypto? Who gets the best risk management? And for human being, and for emotion, it's not easy, and that's why AI will help us. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And yeah, I think we've talked a lot about like the AI advantages in trading part. So Jimmy, would you like to share? We're talking about question 6.
So, hi, because Jimmy is not really he wants to speak in Chinese. Maybe I can translate a bit. So let Jimmy talk, then I will translate. Yeah，聊
Yeah,
聊
of
看
course.
AI 问题。
其实现在 AI 都非常发达，那也越做越好，越来越人性化。但是因为毕竟是在运用在交易的策略里面，所以也希望就是说在这个 AI 里这个的领域里，我们在做交易的时候能够越真实越好，就是不要尽量不要有虚假的一个状态。
Okay, Jimmy mentioned about that because now AI is you know there's a lot of things we must you know when the AI is growing up, then we know sometimes we ask like ChatGPT or Gemini, they also have illusion, you know, just sometimes AI must not really you know real reality. They will have illusion. So of course we must have the real thing. We must focus on the facts. Yeah. So we must notice about when the AI grow up, the AI industry, then maybe in our trading things also, yeah, we must to recognize which one is the facts, which one is the illusions. Yeah, we must to recognize them. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's
All
all.
right. Thanks for sharing. And also, that's actually a hats up when we are using AI. I think it's not just in trading. Actually, when we're like trying to just like using AI in our daily task, they can be have like some illusion as well. So yeah. About this question, Agustin, would you like to share?
All right, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfect.
All right. Talking about risk and time and opportunity. In my opinion, many people entering crypto focus too much on one thing. It's how much profit they can make. However, to survive in the long term, there are three things that need to stay balanced: opportunity, risk, and time. The first about opportunity, crypto is very fast moving market. Every day there are new trends, projects, and of course opportunities. However, I don't believe every opportunity needs to be taken. Sometimes people see an asset rising by 30% to 40% in a short period and immediately jump in because they're fear missing out. Decisions made because of FOMO are often less rational. And the second factor, talking about risk, many new traders ask how much profit can I make? But experienced traders usually ask, how much risk am I taking? Because in the end, it's not only about making profit, you know, but also about protecting capital. Someone may generate large profits several times, but if they lose a significant portion of their capital in one major mistake, long-term survival becomes difficult. And the third factor, it's about time. Crypto operates 24 hours per 7. Not everyone has the time to constantly monitor the market. People, of course, have a job, studies, business, and other. This is where AI and automation provide significant value. Technology can help reduce the burden of constantly monitoring markets while maintaining more consistent strategy execution. Because, in my opinion, the ultimate goal is not simply making one big profit, but building stable and sustainable results. So, in the market, long term survival is often more important than winning big in a short period. So, guys, don't be a FOMO in market and stay survive, manage your risk, and manage your capital. So, yeah, thank you.
So we have talked a lot about risk management. So besides this, let's look ahead. Where do you think the next major alpha in crypto may come from? Could it be emerging markets, new user behavior, AI native products, or a completely new category we haven't fully noticed yet? And for this question, Yun, would you like to share?
And yes, of course, I think the next alpha probably comes from the intersection of AI and users' behavior. We are entering a phase where users want things to be simpler, faster, and way more automated than things are right now. So people don't want like 10 different apps and complicated workflows anymore. AI native products like OneBullEx, for example, that simplify trading, research, and on-chain activity could become really huge in this phase of the market. So I also think that emerging markets will continue driving adoption because the demand is really is basically real over here. It's not just speculative, right? Like I said earlier on this live stream. So honestly, I do believe that some of the biggest opportunities on the market overall probably aren't fully noticed yet, you know. So that's usually how cryptos work, and I think that it works like that in every single scenario. So that's what I think about the alpha opportunities, you know.
Great, thanks for sharing. So Hakan, would you like to share?
Yes, I think next major alpha in crypto will probably come from the combination of AI and blockchain. Honestly, I think we are still very early in this area, like internet in the past. I'm thinking like this, in this way. In the past, the people only search for the next meme coin or the next pump. But now the industry is slowly moving towards real technology, automation, AI systems, and smarter financial infrastructure. I believe AI native crypto products will become one of the biggest trends of the next cycle, and it's not a long time, I think, and especially I can say, especially AI trading systems, AI financial assistance, automation tools, and decentralized AI ecosystems. I think these areas will grow massively, but it's not a long time later. I think in near future. And at the same time, I also believe emerging markets will play a huge role in the next wave of adaptation. Regions like South America, Asia, Africa, and again, I can say that Indonesia and growing very fast because people that are actively searching for financial alternatives and new opportunities. But honestly, I think the biggest alpha may come from something even bigger. User behavior itself is changing. People no longer want to complicate the system. It should be more simple, more clear. And they want speed, they want automation, they want simplicity, and they want smarter tools. And this is why I think OneBullEx 300 Spartan is best solution for this. In the future, I think many people will have their own professional AI financial assistants helping them manage trading, investment, and risk control, risk management automatically. I think it will happen like that. And the project that understands these shifts early will probably become the biggest winner of the next cycle. And also, finally, I think we're in the last question. And before say goodbye, I need to say this very clearly with my words. And now I'm Mr. Crypto. I'm in this industry 15 years. I'm making bots since 2018, not just start today. And we are making these bots. I'm the one of the first bot maker in the Turkey, one of the third bot maker in the world, not just Turkey. And I can say that why I am working with OneBullEx. This is not advertisement, by the way. Please don't misunderstand me. This is not advertisement. I can say this very truly and very directly, very clearly. Why I'm working with OneBullEx? Because now OneBullEx is one of the future AI exchange. It's not a traditional exchange. Okay, we have, and I'm saying we, but I'm a partner of OneBullEx. But I can say that OneBullEx is the one of the future trading system. Okay, they have a traditional future system, they have a spot trading system, but I can say that I use my bots many exchange, like it's a tier 1 exchange I use. And believe me, I get many difficulties. I get many difficulties about their technical system and their system. And I can say that OneBullEx system is perfect for AI bots. Now, I didn't have even one problem in my bots. No late and no problem, and nothing happened in last 3.5 months. That's why I'm using OneBullEx 300 Spartans. Okay, I have a partnership with OneBullEx. I'm using OneBullEx. I also love OneBullEx very much. And also, I'm living in Dubai. I'm very easy to get in touch with them because you know that OneBullEx is based on Dubai mainly. But first thing for me, my bots is safe with OneBullEx AI system. And this is my last words. If you have any more questions, I will answer. And thanks for everyone to invite to this amazing live stream. And thanks again.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for sharing those amazing perspectives. So Eunice, would you like to share for our very last question?
Yes, of course. I think that was a really good question, and I had a chance to talk on the previous one, which that's why I also want to connect to it because most of the conversations in crypto in the past was about in spaces, groups, Telegram, Discord was the extreme upside, right? 10x, 20x coin, the narrative play, the cycle trade, and I get it. I was one of them too. And that's a part of what makes this market what it is and how exciting it is too, and that draws people in the first place a few years ago, maybe still is. But I think there's a massive, genuinely underserved user base in the space that just wants something honest, functional, and something that outperforms their local bank is offering, such as interest rate, for example. But again, there is no guarantee of profits in any way. As a disclaimer, I always share. But we have a provable system in our exchange, which you can transparently check out the previous data and actual trading data, not just backtest data, which we also have. So I think that's where there's now a bigger demand for this kind of infrastructure and the system, which is how I was going to connect to the last question as what's the next major alpha in crypto. I'm agreeing with most of the previous speakers mentioned. It's more behavioral for a user than the technical, and it's going to come from the users who figure out how to use the AI native tools, the automation tools seriously and systematically, and who treats, I think, the automation as a genuine skill to develop rather than just a magic button to press. But I think this is one of the most crucial aspects. And that is why we see this change right now within the market, where manual trading is such a hard endeavor. We all know it. We all know that most traders lose money, right? But they still come back. What happens if we give them more edge, if we give them more tools, if we give them better tools? And it's a zero sum game at the end, right? There is no new money usually. There's a zero sum game. One person loses, one person wins. And what we're trying to do at OneBullEx is really directly, we give people real tools, real strategies built by people with track records, skin in the game, and transparency about what those strategies are and are not. And then that's up to the user's decisions to make it. I think that is something has not been in the space before, because automation 10 years ago wasn't exist for ordinary users, just like Mr. Crypto mentioned, and now it is, and it's increasing your odds in a very faster way compared to the institutional opposite which you are facing in the market, as it's a zero sum game. I think that is really important, and that's what we're trying to do in OneBullEx. But as I mentioned, it's not to say that we don't welcome people who are looking to 10x or aggressive strategies. We have aggressive Spartans with related disclaimers on the website for those kind of audiences, as well as Mr. Crypto mentioned, aggressive bots, non-aggressive bots, medium aggressive, and those are all public and transparent. So that's what we're trying to do, and I think that's what the major alpha is in this game, where a lot of people are now losing money because of manual trading or their emotions. And now all of a sudden they have these tools where it removes the emotion completely within the game and it just executes. So yeah, that is what I think. Thank you so much.
Great, thanks for sharing. So for this very last question, is there anything Agustin, Jimmy, Anthony want to share? If not, if you have, please open your mic.
Okay. Let Jimmy say something, then I will translate.
很高兴今天能够来参加这样的一个分享会。我们在未来未来也会有新的策略。我们的在那个斯巴达的那个里面也会跟着一起来运作。到时候我们再把我们的策略的名称再跟大家来报告。那收益也是很稳定，也是非常的不错。谢谢。
Okay, Jimmy, thanks everyone that he have the chance to join us. Then in the future, Jimmy has a community, and he also have a group, the trading group. He has a trading team to have a very good strategy. Also, will join us to join to the 300 Spartan. He will maybe will release some good strategy, good Spartans, good boats for us. Then we can together that have a good in the future we also have a good boats on our OneBullEx platform that make us great together. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for sharing. Okay, I guess that's wrap today's discussion. And thank you all for perspectives in global markets and also, of course, crypto and AI trading. Okay, so Hagen, Eunice, and Yun, Anthony, Jimmy, and Augustine, thank you all for joining this MA and also sharing your insights. And also thank you everyone here in the audience, like for all watching this broadcast. We are entering a new era. The future of futures trading will be shaped by automation, of course, and also strategy, and also AI native systems. So our conversation today is just the beginning. Stay connected with us on X and also YouTube. And also please follow our amazing guests here on X as well. Thank you, everyone. We will see you in the next MA. Okay, have a good day. Goodbye.